Happening tomorrow, the long-awaited trial over the 1996 killing of rap icon Tupac Shakur starts in Las Vegas. Attorneys are fighting over whether the jury will hear confessions from the accused mastermind, Duane Keefe D. Davis. Death Row Records founder Suge Knight is on the witness list. Davis claims he was tricked into talking, but prosecutors argue he proudly repeated his story for profit. The judge will rule on that evidence tomorrow morning, right before jury selection officially kicks off.
Yeah, Keefe D is going to be screwed over. If they allow that book into there, it's over. He's going to get an elbow. What are we talking about? Don't worry. Highly detailed video you must watch before you get to the trial.
The Compton Street legend that you co-authored. Why did you feel the need to tell your story? And when you wrote it, did you ever imagine the situation you'd be in now?
I didn't write that book.
So let's talk about what happens next. You know, based on what the book says, Zip gave you guys a Glock, and you guys tossed it in the back seat. And Bubble Up was a driver, and Baby Lane and Freaky were in the back seat.
We was just all in the car together. Just say that.
This was the white Cadillac?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are driving around, and then you hear these girls say, Tupac, Tupac.
No, we coming up, what's the name? What's that, Flamingo? Yeah, I think that's Flamingo. We was coming up Flamingo and got to the light. We was gonna go drink and smoke some weed, and he happened to be hanging out the window. He was hanging out the window like he was in a parade.
Tupac?
Yeah, he was.
So what happens next?
And we just came, and shit. I ain't gonna go into the details like that, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, you got it in a book, you done played it, everything else, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, in the book, you said that as you're driving up towards the BMW, with Suge driving and Tupac in the passenger seat, and you said that Tupac pulled out a gun.
It looked like he was reaching, yeah. Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you actually see a gun?
No, shit. Once he got the reaching, I got the ducking.
So someone from your car
That's what happened.
started shooting at Tupac and Suge.
Lane starts blasting. You say Suge looks over, he sees you.
Yeah.
He looks right at you.
Yeah, he looked at me.
Okay. When he looks over at you, and then, you know, Tupac's busy getting shot. Evidently, the story is Tupac's trying to either get out
In
of
the
the
back seat or something.
Yeah, what do you see happening inside of their car?
I seen a bullet going Suge's head. I thought he was dead.
So Orlando shot him across Dre?
He leaned over on the window, we rolled down the window, popped.
Who was it?
They would drove on my side, I would have popped them. You know what I'm saying? But they was on the other side.
Right.
I'm not gonna go into details on that one. Keep the streets on me. I ain't gonna go into detail on that.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and read from the book.
Well,
So
let them buy the book then.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna read this passage. The shit was on. Tupac made an erratic move and began to reach down beneath his seat. It was the first and only time in my life that I could relate to the police command, keep your hands where I could see them. Instead, Pac pulled out a strap, and that's when the fireworks started. One of my guys from the back seat grabbed the Glock and started busting back. The first shot skinned Suge in the head, and I thought that motherfucker was dead. I had heard some stories, supposedly that Suge used Tupac as a shield when the bullets started flying, but that's some bullshit. Suge was already wounded, and he was the one that got touched. As the rounds continued flying, I ducked down so I wouldn't get hit.
Basically, yeah.
White Cadillac.
So you didn't write the book? I don't know. It sounded like somebody that was in that car, that would be the individual who wrote that book, but we'll see. He does make a case about two things, but the two things that he's talking about are in the book, so we'll see, because he makes one point, and he hammers that point at least 3 times during this interview. Wrote it?
I just told him 10 things in my life, and I gave him some pictures. He did research and stuff like that. Him and my lawyer did that book. My lawyer died, and I just went on to sign on to it with him. I never read it or nothing.
You were never handed a manuscript to sign off on?
No, I never read the book or nothing. It was already
Well, I did read it. It mentions some interactions you had with Tupac Shakur. How would you describe your relationship with Tupac before September 1996?
I prefer not to talk about that stuff. Just that's wrong.
Could you describe back in the 90s the tension between the Southside Crips and Death Row Records?
There wasn't no tension between us never because maybe about 2 weeks before that September in August '96, we was at the House of Blues and they had a concert with the Loonies. Suge, Tupac, and Snoop pulled up in some Rolls Royces. And they came and said, what's going on here? I said, the concert over with. And he said, let's go up to Paradise. We got up there on Santa Monica and Hyatt, right there in Hancock District in LA. We was never at odds with each other. Me and him as friends we've been knowing each other since we was 8 years old. I played football with him and his daddy and uncles was our coach. I was never at odds with him.
When did the actual, I guess, war between Southside and Mob Piru actually start? Because were you guys ever cool at one point or no? Was it always just funk?
Back then, it was they was called Eastside Pirus. The mob was, when I was in school, mob wasn't out yet. It was the AMs, Ludus Parks, and the Lime Hoods. I think mob came out like about 82, 83, 82, yeah. But the mob was really considered Ludus Park. We considered them Ludus Park. So they had a big ass neighborhood, huge, and they had a lot of older dudes. That was a generation before me. And they was deep, a lot of them.
Was there an actual thing that happened between Southside and Mob that caused the division?
No, it's just back in the early 70s, like I said, the mob wasn't even out then. They was called Eastside Pirus. And they on our side of town, they was the deepest. Then like about 77, the Santanas formed. And they became the dominant gang on our side of town, on the east side.
Okay.
And matter of fact, they even took one of their neighborhoods. Santanas did, you know?
So if there wasn't a war, if there wasn't a war, right? Wouldn't you say, nah, it wasn't no static? It might have been some dudes from around the way. They didn't like cats from around the way. See, this is what happens when you don't think all the way through. But we got a clip when he starts to think all the way through and he gets very, very upset, very, very angry.
I do want to mention, you had said that you were not in Vegas the night that Tupac died when there was the Mike Tyson fight. Again, I read this book, every single page. You included a picture of your sister and yourself at the fight.
That wasn't no fight. Why would I wear an overcoat in September? That's I had no fight. Why would I wear an overcoat and a hat? I had a suit on and an overcoat. That was a New Year's party. That was a New Year's party.
So it says over here, me and my sister at the fight.
I didn't author that book. The dude just put that stuff in there. He ain't had no fight. September the 7th, it'll be 115 degrees. What I want to wear a suit with an overcoat on and a hat. Don't make sense.
So
Go back and look at the degrees on that September. You think I'll wear that in September 7th? Come on now. A suit with an overcoat on and a hat. That was at a New Year's Eve party. And you see where Orlando, he got the same floor.
Yep.
He had on a Dan Marino jacket. Dan Marino shirt that night in September, didn't he?
You're saying that
Raise it up again. Show me again. Do that look like a Dan Marino shirt? Come on now. Think about it. He can change that quick. He can change up that quick.
Why was this picture included in the book soon after your description?
I did not write that book. A ghostwriter wrote that. He just put that on there.
And he
I did
never
not
ran
write that
anything
book.
by you?
You think I would run, wear a suit? A two-piece suit with an overcoat on? Come on now. Cashmere overcoat?
Well,
Orlando can change his clothes that quick.
I've watched some of your other interviews. You came out with a few. There was a Vlad TV interview as well.
They pay me money to say that stuff. Pay me money to say that stuff.
You were publicizing the book. Were you publicizing it knowing that you didn't write it?
I was just trying to make my family some money. That's all it is.
That's the one point that he made that he kept on hammering. He's going to hammer that point home so much you would have thought the man had a damn license to build construction around that one particular thing. I didn't write the book, and here's the reason I didn't write the book. Because of me wearing this damn whatever. But, bruh, that don't mean you couldn't have wore this shit at night. Granted, it was 80 degrees. There's other reports that say it was 75. So Vegas does have a weird-ass drift that does happen at night that comes from desert air. Like, the whole desert isn't 1,000 degrees all the damn time. When nightfall hits, it does get cold.
Hey, Keefe D, Davis. I'm coming out now to tell the story because I got cancer. I got nothing else to lose. All I care about now is the truth. And I'm the only one alive that really can tell you the story about the Tupac killing.
Zip gave you guys a Glock, and you guys tossed it in the back seat.
Have they reached out to you about any of your footage?
I'm gonna give you the exclusive on this. They actually have tried, but I'm not cooperating with this.
Okay.
And Bubble Up was the driver, and Baby Lane and Freaky were in the back seat.
We were just all in the car together. Just say that.
This was the white Cadillac.
Yeah. All right. He wouldn't even been out the window. We would have never seen him. All the people that was in Vegas that weekend, it's like a curse. Mostly everybody is dead or got life in prison. And I was a witness to everything that happened. And it will surprise you the truth.
But you get where I'm coming from? Why would I wear a suit with an overcoat on and a hat September the 7th? Come on now. Think about it. Orlando can change clothes that quick. He can change clothes that quick. Honestly. You think he's a magic man? He got the clothes in the lobby. He can change up clothes that quick. Orlando was a kid, and that picture was 2 years later. That was on a New Year's Eve party. I did not write the book. That's going to show you that I didn't write the book. Why would I have on a suit then? You know what I'm saying? I did not write that book.
But the book has been a center of discussion in prior court proceedings, and it seems like it may be brought up in trial. Your name's also associated with it on the front cover.
Okay. One more time?
I said that the book has been brought up in prior court hearings, and it could be brought up in court as well. Your name is on the front cover. So why not stop the book from being published if you knew it was going to be published, if you didn't write it?
I didn't know that. I never read it. I didn't know that book was going to be published. They gave me money. I just did for money. That's going to prove that I wasn't that was no bait. Why would I, September the 7th, you know what I'm saying? Why would I wear a suit, overcoat, and a hat? And you can check out, it was probably 100-something degrees on September the 7th. So think about it. Why would I wear that? Orlando was either a magician or something. He can change his clothes that quick. Come on now.
So if you
That
didn't,
was on New Year's Eve.
if you
That was a
weren't,
New Year's Eve party, and we're going to have somebody come and tell you that was a New Year's Eve party. That wasn't at the fight.
if you weren't there that night, how did you know the details to write about in
I
this
did
book?
not write that
Or
book.
where did
Okay,
these
you
vivid
ask me-
details
You
come?
ask me one more time about on the interview, I swear.
So he didn't pull the trigger.
Man, we already discussed that. Would you trying to get me in jail again?
Yeah, that was when he started to realize, shit, I might want to stop talking about this. He started realizing the cops had hit his place, the investigation that hit his shit. He talked to a lawyer. The lawyer like, bruh, this doesn't give you immunity from none of this shit, the stuff that you spoke on. And even if it did, it only exonerated you in the state of California. But the murder, that happened in Nevada, which is crazy because he was staying in Nevada at the damn time.
Okay.
You asked me one more time. We're not here to talk about that book. I'm here to tell you how my family's life is in danger. I'm here to tell you about there's a bunch of lies going on. I'm not here to talk about that book. It's like a gag order on that type of stuff anyway. You know what I'm saying? So.
A lot of the stuff that's been a judge ruled that the 2008 police interview can be used against you. I noticed in court you were very upset when that judge denied your defense's motion. What was your reaction? What was going through your head a couple of weeks ago in court?
What's going through my head? She act like she was there. She wasn't there. She act like she was there. She was in junior high school or something. She wasn't there. She was in like high school. You know?
Do you regret giving that 2008 interview?
What's that?
Do you regret giving that 2008 interview to police?
No, to me, I'd say 48 people from being federated. They're going to give her like 700, 800 years. And my lawyer gave me a script to read. He said, this is the only way you're going home. And I just came back and read the script. And he told me, we practiced that stuff before they even came to his office. And she said, the judge said that was at a federal building. That wasn't at no federal building. That was at the lawyer's office. They act like they know everything. They don't know nothing. They wasn't there.
And you didn't know.
There. The judge wasn't there. The DA wasn't there. They act like they know everything. They wasn't there. It was at a lawyer's office. I was at a federal building, so that's covered. No, it wasn't at no federal building. It was at my lawyer's office.
And you didn't know that interview was going to be recorded?
Not at all. They don't record. They do not record. It's 302, and that dude did that just to make money. My lawyer, they gave me 2 months to come back with my decision. It was going to take 40-some people to jail. And he said, this is the only way you're going home. He gave me a script to read, and I just came and read that script. So that's what happened. And then she said it was at a federal building. That's why it's covered, baby. It wasn't at no federal building. It was at my lawyer's office.
We sat down and recorded his conversation. We can't use that, except in books or on YouTube channels or on multiple interviews. That's all information that can absolutely be used against him and should. If there's something discovered in that turns out to be untrue, then that information that he provided us can be used against him, and should a prosecutor choose to do so. But when he's gone outside of this law enforcement environment where he has been given this agreement, everything else is up for grabs.
Somebody like in Keefe D's position, if he has any of these agreements, is there any time that he can talk about the stuff that he discussed with you guys without getting in trouble?
No, we won't use your information against you. We'll use your information to prosecute other people. And if other people provide information that we can use against you, we most certainly will.
She act like she was there. She wasn't there. Giacomo wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, this place is Jim Crow. They don't have no black people that work at the DA's office. Vegas is a monopoly of people. You got blacks, Hispanics, whites. They got Mormons. They got a Filipino. The DA office consists of that type of atmosphere. It should be, but it's all whites. It's and they're using what's the name? That Indian man that's blackface. They're using him as blackface. You know what I'm saying? It should be a makeup of the people that the community is, but it's all white people. You know what I'm saying? This stuff out here is Jim Crow, and it's crazy.
You were promised, you gave that a 2008 interview, you were promised immunity. Were you under the impression that that would also protect you?
I'm not should be not talking about that. I told you, you know what I'm saying? I wish we could have came and did it face-to-face meeting, like the other lady did.
Would you have still answered my questions if I was there face-to-face?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is the best we could do at this moment before.
But like I say, they don't have no black people in there. No blacks. They don't got no Hispanics, no Filipinos. It's all white people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna get a fair trial because the DA, every time I go to court, he goes down in front of the thing and do his little speeches. He's tainting the jury pool, and it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's wrong. I'm not worried. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. The Lord got my back. I survived cancer and all that type of stuff, and I survived the streets. And the Lord got my back. So I'm not worry about it. And that picture was January the 1st, 1998, at the Sheraton Hotel. Why would I wear an overcoat with a suit in September in Las Vegas?
So your trial starts Monday here in Las Vegas, just miles away from where Tupac was shot.
And his impression is that this guy had it coming.
I'm here, Cobalt, Flamingo, and this was the spot that changed my life forever. September 7th, 1996, the night of the Mike Tyson fight. Tupac jumped on my nephew. The shit went down. My nephew was young, 20 years old. He didn't do nothing to you, you know. He didn't do nothing to you. Tupac shut up, kept his hands to himself.
Me and Keefe D in the Southside Crips never had a problem. When it came down to it, somebody, the East Coast, pay a few people to be on their side against Pac. When that happened, that created a problem, that created a war.
What do you want the jury to know about you before they walk into that courtroom?
That I didn't do it and I'm an innocent man. And my nephew didn't do it either. He was at the hospital when they pulled up. My nephew was at the hospital when they pulled up. He didn't do it. They gave me a script to read in order to go home. My lawyer said, this is the only way you're going home. And when they came in that building that morning, I had been there an hour there rehearsing what to say, to go home. They said, they don't want you, they want Buff Daddy. So he gave me a script to read, and he gave me a code word to say to them when they came in. And I said the code word, letting them know that I was down with it. And they already were pre-planning this stuff because they had his murder book there, Tupac's murder book there.
Now, shout out to my Compton OGs, my big dogs up over there. All the ones I've spoke to throughout the years. I've not spoken to them this year about this case because in all actuality, they said years ago, why the hell would he run his mouth about this shit? You do realize there is no statute of limitations on murder. You may get some type of exoneration for certain shit, but you got to be throwing down at least like 10 murders from what it looked like. So when I hear this shit, when I see this shit, when they play this shit in front of us and we're listening and we're looking, it all just boils down to what he said and what he did online that put him there. A reasonable person would say, well, all this shit that you put in the book that you detailed, if this man made up this story, how the hell did he know this? How the hell did he know that? What was the background on the person who wrote the story to get all of this information and he doesn't break any of that shit down? Because it looked like you had a hand in writing this shit. Do I feel bad for Keefe D? Nope. Do I hope that Keefe D goes to jail forever? Nope. Because at the end of the day, part of that shit is Pac shouldn't have put his hands on that man. Boy, you put your hands on somebody that's known to bang, bang, shoot them up. One thing for certain, two things for sure. They got a reputation for a reason. When people have at least two stories and it's involving gunplay, you better think twice before you go ahead and decide to mess with that individual. Once, okay, maybe. But twice, nah, I'm starting to think like, man might have a reputation. So there's that, man. As far as gang culture go, Tupac was out of bounds. Yeah, you rocked with the mob. Yeah, all this shit and everything. But it comes to a certain point in time where your superstar has to behave like a superstar. What's the point of having all your homies with you and you the one that got to get it cracking? Now, I get it. When y'all be watching fights, I know a lot of y'all be in there trying to act like y'all box. Y'all see a Mike Tyson fighter. Boom, boom. I get it. But be aware of who you hit because they might hit back and it ain't going to be the way that you want. Tupac should have kept his damn hands to himself. I don't give a shit how nobody feel about that. If you ain't from the streets, you don't know gang code, all fights that happen, afterwards what happens, shit, you better get the hell on out of Dodge. Tell as old as time. Subscribe, turn on bell to notified, share to keep your people aware. We're not going to carry a live feed, but check out AV to the 7 Power channel. She'll be doing that. We definitely will cut it up, get the highlights, and put out what we need to put out. But if you want to watch it live, just go to her shit and check her shit out, because in my opinion, she's one of the best doing it, if not the best doing it, as far as live stream. So, I'll catch y'all in the next one, but click right here to see how Schmirk, God dog, damn it, man. Click right here for that update, or click right here for the playlist. And that update with Schmirk, ain't nobody else talking about it but us. It's some ugly text messages.